So I've been doing Marine stuff here recently, and they sent me a copy of my service records. And I'm not real pleased with them because they edited out all the good stuff, skipping papers and just leaving the bad stuff, and written in black and white that don't tell the whole story. But I was thinking about the first time I ever got in trouble with the police. It was a week, nay, 10 days before my 21st birthday. And I had done real good, even in the Marines, and not drinking adult beverages underage. And this was in my Steve Earle stage before he went on Nazi commie douchebaggy, right? Well, he probably always was a little commie douchebaggy, but back when I liked listening to Copperhead Road and the other kind, and you know, the men type of Steve Earle music. And I went to this little bar down there in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And when I went in and I gave the bouncer my ID, he looked at it, he looked at me, he looked at it, he looked at me, and he said, "Happy birthday," and stamped me 21. I was not 21. So I proceeded to do what anyone would do and drink. And drank and drank and drunk. You know how that happens. And I wasn't too terribly just can't stand up or sloshy or nothing. But I was higher than Cooter Brown, you could say. And I went up to this nice young lady, at least as far as I could remember that she was a nice young lady. I was drunk, and that was a long time ago. She could have been a crazy old woman for all I know. She, 10-4, right? And I gave her my best line up to that point. It's come out of Steve Earle. I said, "Hey, pretty baby, are you ready for me? It's your good rockin' daddy down from Tennessee." Being from Tennessee, you know. And she said, "Excuse me?" And I figured she didn't understand what I was saying. So I said, "Hey, pretty baby, are you ready for me? I'm your good rockin' daddy down from Tennessee." And she said, "What?" And I said, "Can I buy you a drink, damn it?" And it was about at that point that I went to go get this lovely young lady another drink, because she said, "Yes, you may," I think. And when I went up and I said, "I would like 2 beers," the guy said, "Can I see your ID?" And that struck me as odd, because the guy behind the bar is the one that stamped me over 21 and said happy birthday. So I did not see an issue with giving him my ID, because he knew that I knew he knew that I was not 21. So I pulled out my ID and I said, "Of course you can." And I gave him my military ID, right, which probably wasn't a smart thing in the world to do. And he wouldn't give it back. And I said, "I need my ID back." He said, "You can't have your ID back." I said, "That's a military ID. I'm going to get my ID card back." And he walked over to this gentleman who was not quite wearing a police uniform. I guess you could say plain clothes, but his t-shirt said police written on the back of it. And he gave my ID to the police guy, the gentleman there. And I said, "Sir, can I have my ID card back?" He said, "Could you come with me?" And we went to his car, which was a Mustang, and it had all these pretty antennas and lights and such on it, but it was a Mustang. So I didn't know who he was. We got in the car, and he started writing down on pieces of paper. And I was like, "I don't need all that pieces of paper. I need my ID card so I can get up out of here. You know, skiddly bop. And he said, son, do you know who I am? I said, no. Do you know who I am? He said, I am a deputy sheriff. And I said, well, I am the big dog. Well, I got a ticket. The policeman did not have a sense of humor. And he was probably the only person in Jacksonville, North Carolina, who did not know who the big dog was. That was my first run-in with the police. But years later, when I came back to work at the penitentiary, the captain asked me one question. He said, Dave, I said, what, Captain? He said, have you calmed down? I said, yes, Captain, I got old. He said, good, because you used to be wild. He didn't know I was a big dog.